I am so excited because today it's baby's first Music Man. What's going on, friends? I'm Sean Pierce Johnson. Welcome back to the channel where today I get to show you a very cool new guitar from the Sterling by Music Man line. It is the 2023 Albert Lee signature model, or as the product designation for the company says, AL40P. If you, like me, have been admiring Music Man guitars from afar because of budgetary constraints, Sterling is here to help fix that. It packs all the quality, playability, and tones of the USA-made Music Mans in a more affordable package for just about any player to be able to add one to the collection. We are of course going to hear it with its clean and its dirty tones later on in the video, but for now, let's talk about the specs of this striking instrument. The AL40P, or as I'll call it from now on, the 2023 Albert Lee, is a fabulous, fabulous piece of musical instrument design. The body shape is one that I remember seeing from my earliest days of awareness of the Music Man brand. It was a favorite back then and remains a favorite of mine to this day. It starts with a poplar body, which has gotten a little bit of flack in recent past because some people think of it as a fragile wood. I'm certainly not finding that to be the case, and as a matter of fact, this piece has quite a bit of heft to it. It's not Les Paul heavy, but it's also not, balsa wood light either. Attached to the poplar body is a beautifully roasted maple neck, a nice deep milk chocolatey brown color to it, and that is topped with a rosewood fingerboard with beautiful Les Paul custom style block inlays. Already, this guitar is looking really sharp. Now, the 2023 version comes in two different colors. I am holding the vintage cream, which is then accented with a black pickguard, but it also comes in a Sherwood green that is complemented by a white pearloid pickguard. One interesting thing of note, which is pretty obvious if you look at the guitar, is that this one comes equipped with two P90 single coil pickups. And as a P90 fan, that is awesome. But it has been definitely interesting to me, having known the original Albert Lee models, that most of the more recent issues of it have been with humbuckers and P90s, which is not something that you would think on a guitar for a country player. Well, they're here and they sound fantastic. We have 22 frets on a 25.5-inch scale length neck. The frets are narrow style frets, and we have our truss rod adjustment down at the heel of the neck. Very easy access with the spoke wheel. You don't have to remove a truss rod cover or try to jam a truss rod adjusting wrench up at the top here. All right here, which I'm pretty sure was a Music Man innovation. Now, as far as some of the other cosmetic touches, we have a single volume and a single tone control, black plastic parts right here, and a three-way pickup selector with a black switch tip. Then we have chrome hardware for a Music Man designed whammy bar bridge, vibrato bridge. Remember, vibrato is a pitch effect, tremolo is a volume effect. I'm glad we're getting on this train again. And we have chromed tuners, vintage style tuners, basically non-locking tuners, but I love that they have little pearloid tuning pegs. It's just a nice classy touch that I feel really ties the whole room together. Flipping over to the back of the guitar, we have the Music Man trademark 5-bolt neck joint, which is nice and rounded, and you can actually get pretty high up on this fretboard here, playing with minimal obstruction. And then we have the whammy bar cavity cover, where you can either string things through here or you can just remove it, which is probably what I would do if this were my guitar. I'd probably just take this off and just stuff some foam in there and just leave it open. Now, those are really all the details that I want to know, but there are definitely some geekier details that some of you would like to hear as well, mainly nut width, or neck width, really. At the nut, we have 1.65 inches or 42 millimeters width, And then up here at the last fret of the guitar is 2.23 inches wide or 56.6 millimeters wide. Let's now hear some of the tones we can get out of the Sterling by Music Man 2023 Albert Lee model. Let's start with clean tones. We're just gonna plug directly into the Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit 200. That's running into my orange PPC 212 cab, which is mic'd up with a Shure SM57 and a Hilby Designs active ribbon microphone. And now it's time to hear my favorite thing, crunch tones with the P90s. I'm going into the Rock Reverb 100 for this one on the Dirty channel, and that's going into the same mic and cab setup that we had for the Hughes & Kettner clean tones. much as I love humbuckers, P90s are probably my favorite type of single coil pickup next to maybe a Tele bridge pickup. They just have a different tonality to them that I feel lends itself well to a multitude of different genres. But one thing I always find rather curious is the way that they respond to adjustments to the tone control. Some P90 pickups can get really dark really quickly, and then when they're full up on the tone control, they're not quite as bright as you might want them to be. So I want to show you those same clean and crunch tones, and I just want to adjust that tone control. Roll it all the way down and then roll it all the way back up so we can get a sense of what kind of range we're working with here EQ-wise. What's so amazing to me about this guitar is how much range you can get out of it stylistically. The clean tones are incredible, a lot more twangy and sparkly than I would have expected from a P90 loaded guitar, but then again, it's a signature model for a guy who plays country, so that should give you an idea of what it should be able to do. But now we get to do my favorite part of these guitar demos. We get to plug into a pedal board, we get to plug into all these different crazy boxes and really push this thing to the limit. And there you have it, my friends. That is our look at the 2023 Sterling by Music Man Albert Lee signature model. You know, when I got the chance to go to the Sterling showroom in LA and pick this thing up, this was the one that caught my eye immediately. And they had all the new stuff, which I'll share some clips of later on. But man, the block inlays immediately on this guitar with this color scheme, just, it reached out to me in my Gibson guitar loving heart and just said, come here, come join our little family and see what you can do with me. And man, I'm able to do a lot out of it. I love the way that the pickups are tuned. There's a little bit more twang and high-end content to them, I feel, but I can just as easily carve some of that out just by making a little adjustment to the tone control, and it thickens them up, and this thing just becomes an absolute riff machine. As you would expect, the neck just plays like absolute butter. The fretwork on it is absolutely incredible, and I also love the fact that it comes set up from the factory with 10 to 46 Ernie Ball regular slinkies, which are on some of my guitars the gauge I always go to. Ultimately, this is the thing that impresses me the most. The fact that all the quality, all the playability, all the things that you come to expect from USA-made Music Man is here in an Indonesian-made Sterling by Music Man. You're not sacrificing anything. You're just paying less money and you don't have the prestige of the USA-made logo on the headstock. But if I'm being honest with you, I do not care. This thing is a beast player and I want one. I really want one now. But all of this, of course, is just my opinion on this guitar, and I would love to hear from all of you. What are your impressions of the 2023 Sterling Albert Lee model? And have you played any of the other versions or any other Sterling guitars that you think I should take a look at? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I'll be going back to their showroom any day now to pick up another guitar. So maybe I'll try to bring one of those back to the studio. We can really zero in on that. If you found this video helpful or enjoyable in any way, please help support the channel and my endeavors to make better guitar videos for players from all walks of life. You can click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell, or you can sign up for my email newsletter where I send links to all my videos direct to your inbox when they go up. Just go to SeanPierceJohnson.com/email and you'll enter your name and email address, and within a few days, I'll have you in the list and you're part of the club. Thank you all so much for spending part of your day with me. I certainly enjoyed showing off this guitar to all of you, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Until we see each other again, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all watching great tone, great health, and of course, happy stomping. Cheers, friends. God bless.